Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kenos, and we are here for Option 12 versus Northern Storm, Set 2 of the Semifinals. I'm here with a special guest caster, Arcane Soda. How you doing, Arcane?
I'm doing all right. And how about yourself?
I am buzzed and ready to go. What a crazy first set of games. If you guys are, for some reason, only tuning into this set, go out, check out the VODs for 9 versus Phoenix. Absolutely insane. Start to finish. But this set of games, what are you thinking, Soda?
I'm really excited for this rematch because looking at it, these teams have had just opposite trajectories this split, right? Like they both started out 2-0 the first week. Option 12 kind of started to stumble a little bit, and then they found their footing and just climbed right back up. Northern Storm kept that pace and then just started to go down. So you have that opposite trend. And then when they met, Option 12 actually ended up taking the 2-0 over Northern Storm. I don't think Northern Storm's going to go down without putting up more of a fight than that. So I think this is going to be hopefully an interesting set. I think the previous set is kind of difficult to challenge, though.
Yeah, the previous set will be a tough act to follow for sure. I have notes about the Option 12 Storm game that we had week 4, and there wasn't really any tank focus from Northern Storm, and everyone knows how I feel about that. So hopefully they do a little better on that front. Definitely stood up in that second game, though, so I'm hoping that we'll be seeing some back and forths, but we'll need to see what the focus is for the picks and the bans.
Yeah.
You know, got to make sure, for example, to keep an eye on that jungle, right? I mean, if a Hecarim isn't banned here, that either means Prowler's picking it or they're looking for trouble. We're just going to have 3 jungle bans to open up with.
I feel like the Option 12 team kind of has priorities down to a science facing Northern Storm. They feel like a lot of the pressure comes from Token, which his ability to impact the map and just shot call for the team is pretty good. So I think their focus is rightly placed.
I do like the Swain ban. Goes many places in Option 12. We have seen that. So take some of that ambiguity off the board. But we do get Morgana as a first pick here. First appearance today, I believe. So putting some of that Morgana in every game predictions from early in the split to shame. But 3 jungle bans. It's kind of like seeing a game with Ace or Great Beard of Odin, where they just ban out 3 to 5 of those characters.
If I recall correctly, this split hasn't been nearly as much Morgana focused as previous splits, where it was like every team was either pick or ban Morgana. I feel like there's been a lot less focus on it this split, but these are 2 of the teams that have a lot more focus on that Morgana priority.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree. It's just, early on, yeah, as Ace is saying in chat, first couple of weeks was a lot of Morgana. But then everyone kind of started getting more into their own rhythms, doing their own thing, expecting Morgana to be banned, perhaps, so they practiced other things.
Really interesting to see the Nocturne here because it is one of Prowler's, I'd personally say, stronger jungles. Token is also pretty good on it, so I'm really interested to see at how this works out.
Yeah, I'm liking the picks from both teams here to start. Morgana, Lux, Lada, lockdown potential there. Ornn, always a great pick. We did have Chaosix hoping for Zillion, so he gets that Zillion. And as you said, taking the Nocturne off the board and onto your own side can be a very powerful swing as well. But we will see how Option 12 decides to come back with this. It looks as though jungle and ADC are their last 2 options, whereas top and ADC for Northern Storm most likely.
It is possible Ornn gets flexed to the jungle, but I find it unlikely.
Mm-hmm. We've been seeing a lot of good Ornn stuff in the top lane. I like the Cho ban.
I really do too, because Prowler really likes that Cho'Gath just for the extra objective secure, and Nunu's already off the board.
Mm-hmm. And Cho was a big part of their win in that game too, when they last played. 7,000 hit points plus on that Cho. So, big damage sponge, get that off the board, feel a little more comfortable. But on the other hand, you know, I guess it depends on where you expect the Ornn to be going. But we'll see what we get here. Last pick will be for Northern Storm, so we'll see who they decide to give away first. Maybe the ADC?
I feel like the ADC is the safer choice here because the Nautilus can flex to the top lane, but it's likely going support, right?
Yeah, more than likely. Alright, we're getting that Jhin. Pointy Ball, been doing some good stuff with Jhin. Like to see someone a little more durable, but...
I honestly really like the Ashe ban because these are two very capable ADCs. Both of them capable of doing a lot of dirty things on Ashe. And if Pointy Ball is not going to be able to get the Ashe, why bother playing against it?
Another Urgot pick is very interesting, so I'm guessing that means Ornn's jungle. Unless we're doing jungle Urgot. Alright, Malphite. I like it.
It is possible that we see a Morgana jungle.
It is, but don't do that.
In that event, we'd see the Ornn support. Is this Urgot jungle?
Looks like it might be Morgana mid-Lux support.
I think option 12 is just playing some mind games with their swapping. Trying to get us all excited.
My god, you're right. It's going to be Jhin top Ornn ADC. How could I not have seen it sooner?
My head hurts.
Alright, meanwhile on the other side we've got Malphite, Nocturne, Zilean, Caitlyn, and Nautilus. I like this team.
And we actually understand where each of them are going.
Yeah.
Right when they drafted them.
I think that if Nocturne gets anything going at all, they'll do very well. A lot of walking ultimates.
Alright, so the nice thing is I can take your soapbox and put it away for game one because we actually have really good frontline from both teams.
Yeah. I like Northern Storm's frontline a little bit more, but at least they're learning.
Northern Storm definitely has the engage here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Northern Storm has the engage, though they can do... I'm interested to see how Option 12 decides to use their ultimates, because you could have Lux and Jhin both artillery down before a fight even begins, which I think would be very exciting. You know, get something where, you know, Dragon's going to be up, you guys are setting up for Dragon, and you know the other team is, you know, just a half a screen away, you laser, you Jhin ult, and then you start the fight. And suddenly you're fighting against a team with half health, especially against someone like Caitlyn.
The other interesting thing to note here is the teams they both have really good frontline, but they also have this different dynamic. If you look at Northern Storm, the primary carry is the Caitlyn, and then aside from that, you just have Nocturne basically assassinating and Zilean there to keep people alive and dish out a lot of AoE damage, but is not the primary carry. On option 12 side of things, you have Morgana, which does a decent amount of damage, but is mostly there for the utility, but the bot lane is definitely going to be their primary carries.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really scared for Northern Storm if this Lux gets any sort of momentum at all. We have seen the insane repeated use of her ultimate several times per fight. Obviously, you have Malphite being a walking ultimate as well, but, you know, I don't know how clumped up Option 12 is going to be. They have a lot of good artillery options that can just kind of be spread out.
That's kind of going to be the deciding factor of this game is just how clumped they are.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. We have a couple people in chat saying that they're going to be regretting the Morgana pick. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't necessarily know if that's option 12 regretting picking Morgana or letting it go over. Either way, I think the Morgana slots in kind of weirdly here. Like, it's a good pick, but I feel like if you're gonna throw it mid, you wait till second round to pick your support. It feels
that's a good
like
point.
a little bit of a wasted flex just because you don't get the full value out of it. Like, you showed your hand a little early.
Maybe there were concerns that Lux would get banned.
That's true.
All right.
Because Lux and Morgana are interchangeable there. Well, now we get to go into the skin war.
We do, and we'll see how quick the loading time is. Honestly, that's the most exciting part these days.
I don't know. That last set of games was pretty exciting. Oof. This is a little bit of a harder choice for me.
Well, Project Jin, so that goes to option 12 for me.
I am a huge fan of Lunar Wraith Caitlyn.
Okay. That's a club of one, so I hope you didn't make too many t-shirts.
I didn't make any t-shirts. I am the only one. Like, my favorite Caitlyn skins are actually Lunar Wraith and Headhunter. So I'm really happy to see Lunar Wraith represented here. And then, come on, it's 6 days from Halloween, and we got the spooky Ghost Nocturne, and you're voting for the Project Jin.
We're 2 days from Ghost Runner's release, so yeah, I'm going for the Cyberpunk thing.
I see how it is.
Good.
Well, I'm voting for Northern Storm on the skin war.
Well, you do that. See how it works out for you.
Looks like both teams are looking to do their early cheeses. These teams are both, well, most teams in the LCUS are known for early cheeses, but these two especially.
I'm going to play with fire and have us be in line with the beyond time, not pause or buffer or anything. So we'll see if we pay for that. But both teams are going on deep secret missions, and Prowler is going to face check. No, wait, maybe not. Prowler's going to face check the wrong. Oh my God! Pointy ball. Yes. Spider sense. Here we go. What? Oh, they go in onto the top
pick
lane
off.
there. But good turnaround. I like this turnaround. I think, yeah, too many flashes being burned. Everyone just kind of back off. Everyone be cool. Pointy ball, be cool. All right. That was dramatic.
That was very dramatic.
Number
And
of
out of
summoners
all of
burned.
that, we have 2 flashes on the side of option 12, an ignite and a heal versus just 1 flash and 1 ignite. So Northern Storm definitely won on the side of summoner spells.
I also did notice a bit of latency there as the fight was about to start, so we may end up needing to pause if that happens too much more. But we'll see what happens. Thanks, Riot. They're spending all their time trying to nerf Lee Sin and Legends of Runeterra. That's why the client's bad. Alright, so after that very exciting early game conflict, everyone's kind of gone back to their respective lanes and lined up. Very excited to see how these junglers decide to behave, since we see Urgot jungle so infrequently. And if Token is going to decide to use that Nocturne more aggressively in the early game, like some of the Nocturnes we've seen lately, or just kind of hang out by himself until 6.
Yeah, Nocturne definitely has a much faster clear speed here. So it looks like Prowler is going to try to do something here in the bot lane, but he's going to get spotted out on a ward.
We'll see if they're paying attention to the wards, though. Fawn's in a little bit of trouble here. Does manage to get rooted. Prowler coming in, jumps right in. That's going to be a dead Caitlyn. First blood, can they get more? Nope. But here comes the Nocturne for a counter gank, maybe. No, he's got no health, man. You don't go in on that.
It was pretty smart by Prowler to not walk forward just in case there was a ward until the fight was actually engaging. And we actually have Morgana walking over to him.
Oh, interesting flash there. We'll see if it works out for him. Did have the spell shield up. Good bomb as well. Gregor should get out of here just fine, though. Prowler's here, too. Uh-oh. But Lucky's coming around.
It's a trade of flashes, and the top lane is coming down to pinch.
Nope. All right. A lot of drama in this early game. Everyone playing it kind of safe. Token really did scare me there, but he managed to get out.
It's also very exciting.
Yes. But Pointy Ball did manage to pick up that first kill. That's going to be a big differential. 600 gold going over to his side already. We'll see how the Caitlyn feels about it. Did pick up boots, so maybe able to escape ganks a little bit quicker. Dragon will be up in 1 minute. Setting up with the crab.
Got some trading going on in the top lane here, but nothing too major.
Yeah, very wet noodle fight here. Ooh, they do grab the Jhin. Pointy Ball in a little bit of trouble. Does get the trap as well. Lux shield
They have
helps
to
him
back
out.
off now.
Oh. Alright, just a little bit of poke there.
Tokens in the area in case things get a little dicey. Flash from Pointy Ball to dodge that hook pretty well down there.
30 seconds now on this dragon. Top lane, once again, but you know, it's the definition of a wet noodle fight early on here. Ornn versus Malphite. No one's bursting anyone down there at any reasonable speed. Slap fight. It doesn't look as though there's going to be any sort of quick dragon here. We do have Prowler coming around again, perhaps. He isn't spotted this time until just at the last second. Caitlyn flashes just to get the hell out of there. Might have missed a chance to kill Pointy Ball. Does get a good route onto Prowler. They're focusing on Wishbone. Wishbone's in a lot of trouble here. Prowler's damage output should manage to take him out. Get one more little poke there from the Comet.
Good
No!
deal to get him out.
So close. Gets away with 19 hit points.
I like that Caitlyn flashed there, but I do think that they could have won that fight a little bit harder if the flash didn't come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think they might have actually been able to get a kill off of that. Pointy Ball is so low. 1 or 2 Caitlyn autos. Should have done that pretty easily. But, you know, obviously you want to be safe.
There were a couple of well-placed traps there to also deal with zoning off the Urgot as well as kind of delaying the engage from the bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I have loved the Caitlyn traps today. From both the previous set of games and just the traps we've seen the last couple of moments here from Fawn. Very well done.
I do also like the focus that Prowler is putting on this bot lane matchup, because that's kind of where this game is going to be decided, is whichever bot lane carries is going to be the team that wins, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can shut down a Malphite, but he can still be impactful, as we have seen many times in the LCUS. So ganking top, I don't necessarily think would be a big thing. Never mind that in the mid lane, Zillion can always play spoiler to whatever you want to do. Token is also only at level 4. Should be close enough to Urgot. Yeah, the level difference isn't that big. Will there be a big fight over Token here? Good zoning from this bot lane. Token just needs to try to run away. Decides to not go on the blast cone there. Maybe he thought the angle was just not good.
I think he was worried that the Urgot was blocking it and maybe he couldn't hit it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm figuring that's what he thought, but at the same time, you know, maybe take that attempt anyway, considering how low your health was. But this is going to be first dragon for option 12. No one around to try to usurp it.
And we are going to have either Ocean or Cloud Soul, it looks like.
It's going to be Earth, actually. Oh, Earth Dragon next, I should say. But we'll see what happens.
Right, so it's Cloud or Ocean Soul because those are the two that aren't represented in the first 2 dragons.
Right. Yeah, I had misheard you. Alright. We haven't really seen any ganks from Token yet. He is definitely playing this ganking at 6. I'm not sure how I feel about that, considering some of the success we have seen Nocturne be able to do pre-6.
I also feel like he's not power farming as effectively as he could be, because he's only about 2 camps up on the Urgot right now.
Yeah, which of course is made up for in Urgot's 1 successful kill and 1 gank as well. Or 1 assist as well. So making up for the difference with some lane presence. We've seen Token kind of hover around some lanes, but not really do anything. I'm wondering how much of that is looking for openings and how much of it is just wrong place, wrong time.
Right. The most notable thing that he really did, as far as pressuring lanes, was trading flashes with the Morgana, and there really hasn't been much else that he's done.
I'm very impressed by this top lane Malphite here. We haven't been paying much attention because the action's been elsewhere, but he's got double the CS over this Ornn. Prowler's here though, they might collapse in on him. Here we go. Here comes the ult. Gonna be a bit of a knock up there. Will they be able to get him rest of the... Oh yeah, he is...
Misses the...
Interesting flash.
Good out, good out.
Yeah. Gregosaurus thought about maybe doing something there. Oh, Token's here now. He does get spotted by the Jhin trap, though, and the lane's pushed in too far, so he wouldn't get too much done either way.
I think if the Ornhorn actually lands in that fight top lane, the Malphite dies there.
I wonder if Prowler had done his ult a second earlier, if they would have been able to lock that down. But it's hard to say. We do have Token doing some creep jacking here. Stealing away. Or
that gold difference in the bot lane has been cut in half now because of... Ooh,
most interesting Herald and
instantly mid.
Very nice. I like that. Oh, here comes the jump in. Spell immune, fortunately. Snipe as well. Doesn't do too much. Oh, the damage! That spell shield's so brutal against Nocturne.
I feel like what happened there is Token called that he was going to go in, but the Zilean was still dealing with Herald, so he just didn't follow up there, and it ends up just a free kill for option 12, and this is not looking like a good start for Northern Storm, as there's a return gank up top, and the ult is enough to take out the Malphite.
Tasty, tasty metal rock creature. Eaten up by that Urgot.
That is one impressive grinder.
Yeah. I love Urgot's new ult. I think it's great. I mean, obviously it's not new anymore, but new from what it used to be. I think it's a very interesting flavor. And I think option 12 is just really taking this game by the horns. Doing very well. Nocturne really hasn't been able to make his presence felt yet. And a really great job by Prowler moving around this map, making his presence known. He's been part of 3 of the 4 kills.
As soon as we talk about him focusing in the bot lane and why bother focusing top, he's like, I'm going to focus top now.
Well, he's noticed, I believe, that there is a bit of a gold discrepancy up there in the top lane. Might as well take advantage of that. If your top lane's getting bullied, bully back. At least until he's not worth much gold because you've killed him 4 times. Pointy very low on mana though, so may want to think about going back here. How much gold is Pointy on now? Almost 2,000. So should be going back soon. Looks like he's motioning to do that now. And Dragon is back. Token trying to take out this crab quickly here. Bot lane rotating as well. With the Jhin going back, this could be an opportunity for Northern Storm. Gregosaurus is in position though. Where is Urgot? Urgot's coming as well. Alright, so we've got 4-man by Dragon. Neither teleport. Teleport is almost available for Eternal.
Looks like they were... Oh, they are going in on the Morgana.
Yeah, doesn't quite do too much. Nice little knock-up bit there. Good shot by Fawn as well. Prowler taken very low, actually. Half health gone already. I think they could take this. Gotta look out for the Jhin ult, though. The Jhin ult could do a lot here, as could the Lux ult. We do have Zilean trying to rain down some artillery on the far side here. See what happens. Whole team is here now. Wait, no. Ornn is not there just yet, but he does have teleport.
There is no TP from the Malphite, but Malphite does have ulti to deny it, but it looks like they're just going to give this.
Ooh, good snipe there on the Morgana. Nocturne is in the mix of everything here. Wishbone's going to go down pretty quickly here. Prowler gets a good fear, actually. I love that movement there. Fawn should be able to get away, but will they try to get more? It doesn't look like it. Ooh. Interesting attempt with the Jin ult there.
I feel like if the net was positioned to hit the Urgot instead of just off to the side, that might have been a trade kill. Overall, everything's coming up option 12 with another cheeky little kill under the tower there.
Screen caught that, but I didn't because I was looking somewhere else. So that's good. Glad I subconsciously got it. So yeah, I like the gold. The gold lead, you know, is very close considering how these fights have been going so far. But most of the gold is kind of going where you want. Jin is 2-0. Urgot is getting a lot of presence felt, and you know, you kind of like the jungler having that gold lead because then his presence is really felt when he comes around for any sort of ganks or objective control. Gotta Get Lucky is going to get spotted here. I don't know what kind of play they're thinking of doing about it. Eternal is still losing pretty badly up in this top lane as well. 800 gold difference.
Yeah, interestingly enough, even after that dragon play, the gold lead is pretty much the same as what it was about a minute or two before dragon spawned. So Northern Storm is doing a lot well here to try to neutralize and like stop the bleeding, but option 12 just keeps coming in with full force.
Oh, here comes the Nocturne here down on the Jin. Does throw up Spell Shield as well, so they get the shutdown on the Jin. That's something they definitely needed.
And that's actually a lot of necessary gold for the Caitlyn.
Yeah, Caitlyn now has more gold than the Jin. Definitely needed that. Poor Gotta Get Lucky is getting bullied up in the top lane, so he goes back. Token might be able to get behind on Gregosaurus here.
The other nice thing there was that the Nocturne didn't have to immediately back out as soon as he ulted in. He was able to actually pull through on something, and it looks like they're just trading red side jungles.
Yeah, it really does, though there isn't a red buff in this jungle, so that goes better for the Urgot. Like a couple more wards in their own jungle from Northern Storm just to spot out this Urgot as he goes on vacations. I'm a little surprised Token isn't trying to go in on this Morgana, considering that she's been very forward, probably worried about the spell shield and lack of ultimate.
About a 1300 gold lead for the Urgot over the Nocturne is not what you'd like to see out of a power farm jungler like Nocturne.
Right, and especially against a weird pick like Urgot as well. But yeah, getting a kill on this Urgot would really help out Northern Storm quite a bit. Prowler just marching into this mid lane. He doesn't care, man.
They want that tower.
What are you gonna do? Kill me? Gonna pull you into a blender. He does have the ult though. Unfortunately, there's no turret anymore.
No, he is. Oh, he actually does get the escape.
Yeah, that was really good. Great play there. Had to use the flash.
Max range binding to slap the Nocturne. Hate to see it.
And now there's a lot of focus in this mid lane as everyone from option 12 moves up here. Here comes the Ornn ult. Oh, but the Nocturne ult coming back around. Jumps. I don't know how I feel about that jump. Right into the middle of basically everyone. Jin ult coming in here. Chaos put on his dancing shoes. Force shot.
Unable to dance. Gets hit by 3 in a row and just falls over.
Beautiful art there. And now the gold lead is spiked. From 1,000 to 4 and a big push here in the mid lane. Why not keep going? Their bot lane isn't there. This is insane. This could might be one of the fastest... Oh, I was going to say one of the fastest inhibitors in LCUS history, but they back off.
And now they're just going to walk down and take their free Drake pressure.
We'll see. I think that they might actually have a chance to get down there and contest. As long as Northern Storm just doesn't... Again, Northern Storm, you need some wards in your own jungle, man. Come on. Look at this. It's disgusting. Alright, so now option 12 will just get the free trade. I haven't even really seen Lux using her ult. Like, I mean, maybe I've just been zoning out, but I feel like there hasn't been as much Lux ult pressure as you might be expecting.
We have 3 red trinkets on the side of Northern Storm. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that because they're not able to actually get out and establish vision. It doesn't seem. And we just see Lux finally swap over to a red trinket herself.
Yeah, that's probably part of the reason why they don't have... I mean, obviously there's a lot of control wards for this team. I like to see that. But, you know, regular wards help too. Drop a couple of control wards in your jungle so that your Nocturne doesn't get blown out every time he tries to take blue.
Well, one of the best things you can do when you're playing super far behind is just pick up a blue trinket, because it gives you such far reach to actually gain vision, and if they're not walking through that area, that ward stays.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that Northern Storm can do, and I mean, they aren't out of the game yet. I feel as though 12 should be able to pull this through and win, but I think that Northern Storm has opportunities. It's just there's a lot of momentum on the side of 12 right now.
It's honestly so surprising looking at this game. We're at 20 minutes. Option 12 is up 3 towers in 7 kills, 3 dragons, but the gold lead is just over 3.5k.
Oh, here comes the Nocturne jumping in.
Really good flash by Pointy Ball.
Really good maneuver by Prowler as well to get in front of him there. Another ult. I don't think it's going to kill anyone. All 4 shots hit. Gotta get lucky though. Fawn in a lot of trouble actually. Does sit still to get the ultimate to work on her. Now a root there on the Zillion. Big stun though. Oh, the hook just barely misses from Wishbone. Will the Nocturne get taken out? Token is very low. Big shot there from the Jhin. 4 shots, 1 kill. And this turret's down too.
Is gone. They need to leave.
That's 5 turrets now to 1. Interesting plays to go back there. Fortunately, there isn't enough of a push to get into that position. How much further does Option 12 want to push this? They are in a very dominating position right now. Great artillery all around, like we were talking about pre-game.
Wishbone moves in to disengage the dive.
Looks as though they might end up backing out. I'd like to see a couple more traps, maybe. But Fawn has very low mana. Couple of control wards in this jungle finally, but they're going to get taken out as Option 12 half rotates. They're just going to live in your house for a while, Northern Storm. Hope you don't mind. I think this turret's down too. It's going to be 6 turrets for Option 12 now. Momentum City.
That gold lead in the last 2 minutes has jumped up another 2k.
Chaos fortunately does not face check that push. Still very dangerous moving this far into the lane considering they don't have any turret behind them to cover. Looks as though Option 12 was half considering a Baron maybe? Yeah, they're just going to go back. A lot of gold in people's pockets. 17 for Urgot. Jhin buys something as well. 2 items on Jhin now. Dragon in 55 seconds. Token loses his nerve at the last moment there. Can they get Prowler? That would be huge. Unfortunately, the spell immunity might be a little too much. Here comes the Ornn. Stopwatch is overpowered. Call your congressman. Nocturne once again gets eaten. Big jump in there from Gotta Get Lucky, but it's not enough. Fawn does not have a great angle. Does manage to get Prowler, though. That may help him out in the long run. Gregosaurus is not strong enough to handle the damage coming out of Fawn here. Fawn, unfortunately, though, is kind of all alone. Gotta Get Lucky's in a good position, manages to pick up the kill on Gregosaurus. A little bit of a dash forward there by the Ornn, but no one is locking down this Caitlyn. Here comes Jhin. Oh, just out of range. Chaos takes too much damage from the Jhin, though. Lots of bombs going down as well. I like these traps. Whew, Chaos misses dying by half an inch there. That was Chaos.
And that entire fight was pretty much Malphite and Caitlyn doing everything they could to stay in the game with the help of Chaosix there. Good frontlining by the Nautilus, but token diving right onto the Lux, making her a non-factor in that fight, but then immediately getting collapsed on. That was a really good collapse by option 12, and then I'm honestly surprised at how well Northern Storm was able to finish out that fight.
Yeah, it's like some of the fights that we saw from Phoenix Game 3. You've got, in that same area actually, you've got your long-range character that no one is actually dealing with that helps make the plays possible. And I mean, that was something that I think Northern Storm clearly needed. They stole the Ocean Drake, so that's the third dragon, or fourth dragon now. Dragon Soul as it's known. Good resurrection again. Chaos doing very well here, but gotta get lucky, is still gonna get taken out. Oh. And Token got killed as well, unfortunately. So yeah, this Nocturne, 0, 8, and 3, not doing great.
I'm honestly so surprised at how well this Urgot pick seems to be working out for option 12 as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even being very durable. He's just putting out a lot of damage. Big targety boy. And, you know, an ult that executes people is never bad either.
This game just looks like option 12 is firing on all cylinders, and if they keep this up, I don't think it looks good for Northern Storm Game 2.
We'll see. I think that if we're looking ahead to Game 2, I think a more consistent jungler is the first step they need to take. You know, no offense to Token here, but when you have a character like Nocturne, it's very feast or famine. He's not really being that big of an impact. I mean, obviously, he does okay disruption, but then he dies immediately. So unless you're fully coordinated, you're not going to be able to get many plays off of him. Like, is he gonna pull a Sigtao Lord and swoop in and steal this Baron right now? Maybe he will.
And that's just the thing, right? If the Nocturne's not doing anything, he's almost useless.
Nope, no steal. And he's gone. Like, blink and you missed him there. Good ward, calling out some of the... Oh, Chaos found his dancing shoes. Alright, so Baron and Dragon Soul. This is probably game. We'll see what happens, though. Don't count out a Malphite ult. Don't count out how well Fawn can do if no one's paying attention to him. Alright, here we go. Big gotta get lucky ult there. Really only hits Eternal, though. Rooted almost immediately. They do get the Zillion ult on him. Will he die quickly enough? He does die quickly enough. Prowler's taken very low. Good Ornn ult. Does manage to land the knockup. Finally taken out with that Malphite. Turret's pounding down as well. Prowler's still very low. A snipe could be interesting from Caitlyn. Does have it available. Ooh, interesting jump in by Wishbone, who immediately regrets the decision because Pointy Ball exists. Low
It
health.
was a good hit on the point, onto Pointy Ball, but there just wasn't anything there to follow up.
Oh, Fawn gets rooted. That's a huge kill for the Jhin, and this should be the end of the game. I don't know if they have the damage to scare everyone else off. Pointy Ball is still at full health. This is like that Caitlyn fight, but in reverse. No one is doing anything to this Jhin. That turret goes down. Wishbone keeps jumping in. Here comes the Nocturne. He goes in on the Ornn. But is that who you should be scared of? No, it isn't. Option 12 claims game 1 in dominating fashion.
Those last 5 minutes were just almost non-stop pressure from option 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very rough game 1 there for Northern Storm. Check out some advanced details. Good, well-balanced damage all around there. Not as much as you normally see from a Lux, but not as much as you normally see from a Nocturne either. Check out vision. Damn, 38 for Urgot. Cool. Cool. Alright, yeah. As Infinite says, 0 and 10 hurts a lot. But I think a lot of things hurt for Northern Storm here. What would you think they're going to be talking about going into Game 2?
I I don't know where everything went so wrong in the jungle matchup. So I think they basically need to focus on that, and the rest of the strategy falls in line. Bot lane did really well at mitigating pressure and neutralizing deficits when they were behind. Top lane did really well at building a lead until the Urgot was able to run up there, and mid lane was kind of a wash. So basically, that game boiled down to jungle pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Kind of what we were talking about earlier, where I'd like to see someone a little more stable on for token to play as. But I mean, when this is what happens when you focus down a player. They get to their fourth and fifth string champs, and things like this can end up happening.
And both of these junglers play a lot of champions. So I'd really like to see just exactly how far each of them are willing to dig to get good results.
Absolutely. Well, we will see if we can find better results here for Northern Storm going into Game 2, or if Option 12 will cement themselves to go up against 9 Lives in the finals next week. So don't go anywhere. We will be back very shortly.